Okay, what a day it's been for English football. This is three clubs now. Scunthorpe United have sacked Neil Cox after just 69 games in charge. They're bottom of League Two with only 11 points, two wins all season. This is ridiculous. I've never come across a day where three managers in three separate leagues have been sacked. Um, Scunthorpe United, the thing in their favour, unlike Barnsley, for example, and Tottenham are in a tailspin as well, is there are clubs around them that are equally as bad. One win completely changes the dynamics at the bottom of League Two. They win their next game, and teams above them draw or lose, they are out of the bottom two. The problem is, though, they've had some bad defeats this season. A 6-1 defeat to Harrogate, for example, stands out. And looking at the responses on social media of Scunthorpe fans, they don't hold a lot of hope of surviving this season with how the club is run, and with for League Two terms, a really limited transfer budget. And again, this is another manager that hasn't got through to the January transfer window. November the 1st is turning into the managerial graveyard day. It seems Halloween was yesterday. It's the depressing run up to Christmas. I mean, I've never come across a day in English football where three managers lose their job on the same day. You couldn't make this up. But they've been on a poor run of form as well. All three clubs that have sacked their managers today have been on a poor run of form. But as I say, Scunthorpe are in I think, a better position than Barnsley and Tottenham, because teams around them are also equally struggling. And one win completely changes the dynamics of their position. And sometimes a fresh voice in the dressing room can turn things around. Nigel Atkins, obviously, famous for what he did at the club before. I mean, this is a club that's been in the Championship. This is a club that's been in League One. They're now propping up the Football League. And the danger is, if you get relegated from the Football League into the non-league, into the National League, you may not come back. It's happened to York, which is what's been, it's happened to York. It's happened to Luton. Took a while to come back. It can be a long road back to the Football League. There's a host of other clubs that have, like Yeovil, haven't bounced back, and they were in the Championship at one point, and they rapidly disintegrated through the leagues. They overextended themselves, and they plummeted like a lead balloon. So some clubs that have been at higher levels end up in League Two, struggle in League Two, fall out of League Two. It can be a very difficult road back. So the onus is on getting a guy in who could motivate this playing group, get some confidence back in the playing group, and get them out of trouble. And Nigel Atkins may be a good fit because he's done well at the club before. But from what I'm seeing on social media and on mainstream media, like comment sections, the Scunthorpe United fans are concerned that this could be relegation to the National League. And again, 69 games in charge. That's not a long period of time, if we're honest, to be in charge of a club. And this is the problem, I think, with modern football, is managers aren't given time to solve problems. And if you're not given the support of the board and the owners to freshen up your squad, adjust your squad, bring players in, move players on that maybe don't fit with the system, or you're having issues with, this is what happens. And the win now mentality and the cutthroat nature of the English football pyramid. The average tenure of a manager now is about a season and a half, if you're lucky. If you're lucky to have a manager that lasts 2 to 3 seasons, you're doing well. Stability is a massive problem for clubs. And all three managers that have gone today, Neil Cox was in the job the longest. The other two were in the job as in the summer, with Barnsley and Tottenham. They were only appointed months ago. Managers aren't given time anymore. And that is a massive problem, is the lack of stability at clubs. And I always say this, clubs that regularly chop and change manager are not very successful, more often than not, Chelsea notwithstanding. They generally don't have a lot of success, they generally don't have a lot of stability, and they generally struggle. So now Scunthorpe United are looking for a manager. That's 3 managers in literally 4 or 5 hours. You could not make this up. And we're only on the 1st of November. It's 2 months till the transfer window opens. 2 months. Now, I know in the Championship downwards there are obviously loan rules where you can get loan signings in during the season. before the official transfer window opens. You can get short-term loan deals, but 69 games in charge for a modern manager. That's more than a season. Oh, you're doing well, but that's not a lot of time really to imprint your philosophy, your tactics upon a playing group, and bring stability. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, from what I'm reading on social media with Scunthorpe fans, they are preparing themselves for a very tough season ahead. But as I say, one win or a couple of wins completely changes the dynamics of the relegation battle in League Two, because they're not the only club that are struggling right now. There is a whole host of clubs around them. One win, they're on 14 points. They're out of the relegation zone if, let's say, a team above them drops points. One win completely changes the dynamic. 2 wins, you're looking at a different story. But only 2 wins all season. In the way football is now, you're not going to last very long in management. And there's a reason why a lot of ex-players don't go into coaching, don't go into management. It's because there's no job security. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. I want to hear from Scunthorpe United fans, and I want to hear your views on what's going on. But Neil Cox, I mean, you've got to feel sorry for him. And I think you've got to feel sorry for all 3 managers that have lost their jobs today, because they haven't been given time and they haven't been given the support of the owners and the board. Between them, 4 months for Nuno. I think Shop was appointed in June, and Cox obviously had 69 games, so he's had a season and a bit. But that's just madness, the modern game. The modern game has gone mad. The managerial turnaround is ridiculous. It's a circus. And it doesn't matter what league you're playing in the professional levels. That is ridiculous. But anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I want to hear from Scunthorpe fans on this. It'd be very interesting to see what you guys have to say. But from what I'm seeing on social media, and the responses on mainstream media as well, in comment sections and forums, not a lot of positivity there from the Iron fans. It could be a very long season. And we're only in the 1st of November. We're literally 2.5 months, 3.5 months into the season. The season started in August. 1st of November and managers are already being sacked. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.